morning, everybody. It's another Friday edition of Unscripted. I'm Mary Perry.
And I'm David Zen.
And we have a special guest in the studio today, Mr. Lyndon Thomas.
You're pointing the wrong way.
Wherever he is here. And Lyndon, thanks so much for joining us in this unscripted environment. And we will be to you in 1 minute. So, Dave, how has the week been so far?
The week has been great.
Good. We saw the trailer mystery. It's a good week.
Yes. The trailer is gone.
The trailer is gone. What that was good. That was a big highlight for the week. So I'm glad we got that all squared away. You want to go to the calendar and then we can start there?
Sure. Let's go to the calendar. There's the calendar.
All right, there we go. Okay. Second Sunday after Pentecost, and that is just going to be a wonderful service. We have our usual 8 and 10:30, Sunday school at 10:15. And a special note on Sunday school, the kids can go directly up to the Sunday school hallway now and get checked in, just about 10:25 or so. So no need to come in and get checked in and have your temperature taken. They can go right up to the hallway. So that does start this week, and we're looking forward to that. And Dave, you want to go through the rest of the calendar? What do we have here? What jumps out at you?
So we have, Father Jim Wheeler is with us this week as our preacher and celebrant.
Okay.
Monday, the men are having their Bible study. They took last week off for Memorial Day. Wednesday, we have morning prayer and praise service, and we'll talk to Lyndon momentarily about that. Vestry meeting this week on Wednesday, and then we go on the following Sunday. We have Father David Popel with us.
Right. Oh, that's great. That's really great. Yeah, it's going to be a great Sunday. So, Dave, why don't we talk about? Do you want to talk about guess the sermon title now? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. I've got a pretty good streak going here.
You are practically at 100%. So and
which week did I miss? Did I miss a week?
No, I think you got them all. I really do. You at least had them in the repertoire. And I love the fact that Julie actually wove, Reverend Julie actually wove all of your titles into her sermon, including Nick and Mike. Didn't think that was going to happen. Did not see that coming. Boom, there it was.
You didn't think Lips on Fire was even going to get a mention. So. All right, so let's look at the readings this week.
Okay.
The big ones, the Old Testament lesson is from 1 Samuel. And the people of Israel are getting a little antsy. They want to have a king like other countries. And finally, God is going to relent, and they pick Saul as their king, or actually God picks Saul for them as their king. So that one of my sermon titles would be careful what you wish for.
Oh, all right. Okay, go ahead.
And then I'm going to jump ahead to the gospel here. Jesus is casting out demons, and people aren't liking this. And then his family shows up, and they're trying to get him to come out. And then he says, "Who is my family?" So who are my brothers? Who's my mother and my brothers? They're sitting right here with me, people to follow my will. I'm thinking of I'm not very good on my bands and stuff, but I remember that Sly and the Family Stone song, "We Are Family."
Yes. Yep.
So that would be another one of my titles.
Yep. Look at you digging.
Calls us to expand our family.
Hold it.
Oh, God.
The 70s with Sly and the Family Stone? Unheard of. Go.
The only reason I know that was because that was like the theme song for the Pittsburgh Pirates. And they're good.
Okay.
Their family.
I should have known. Wow. Okay.
Talk about morning prayer and what we're doing there every Wednesday.
Yes, Lyndon, thank you so much for joining us this morning. And we wanted to have you just share with everybody how, what morning prayer is, what the Wednesday service is all about, and how people can join in. And thanks so much for being with us today. You did a wonderful job, as did George and Tony. So it is a time of morning prayer and worship, and I think everyone just really enjoyed it. So, Lyndon, from your perspective, what do you think about the morning prayer? Can you share a little bit about what that is?
It's an opportunity. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's an opportunity to, um, as some members of the congregation have said, to refresh from Sunday to the following Sunday, to remember that in our life, there are activities we do that aren't necessarily related to religion, but we still abide by God's will. So how do we find the refresher for it? It's simple. The service is half an hour, give or take 5 minutes. We spend some time afterwards talking about the patrons that we pray for the particular Wednesdays and how they fit into history. For me, it's been a path of discovery, because in order to put together to be prepared for the morning prayers, I had to go back into the liturgical calendar that David was kind enough to point me to get the patrons for each Wednesday. Like last Wednesday was St. Martyr's in the Roman times. This coming Wednesday is an Irish abbot who took Christianity to the Scots. So I did a little bit more digging, and I find out how the Episcopal Church of Scotland got established.
Whoa.
There's other patrons involved in the divinity school at Yale. There's other patrons who became ordained, I don't know if you want to call it before the War of Independence or before the Revolution, depends on your perspective. Mine is the Revolution.
Ours is the independence, but we'll let that be gone.
but these two got ordained before 1776, and they're patrons. And then Seabury, who we know about, got ordained after 1776. So the morning prayer is an opportunity, as I say, to refresh, to remember, to pray for healing, to pray for others, and to get a bit more depth into, I want to say, a little bit of the secular side of our religion, because it encompasses Roman Catholics, because of course the Church of England didn't become established till after Henry VIII, and the Episcopal Church of Scotland wasn't established till the 1600s. So we're learning a lot on how we came to encompass our religion, to get more involved in the religion. I certainly have picked up a lot of devotional prayers that I enjoy and I remember to read each day. We had 25 people at the first opening day. We hope to have some more. And I'd like people to come forward and say, I'd like to read, because there's a psalm and there are 2 lessons to be read at every morning prayer. I'd like to see people actually get involved in the pieces as much as they can. I don't know, what other things did you see?
I just think it's a wonderful time. It's collective and corporate in that it's really all the people. There's not an ordained clergy there, right? So it's really all of us,
Yes.
right? Joining our voices together and offering, praise and worship. And to me, there's just something so sweet and beautiful and powerful in that also. And it is just a wonderful time of just being in prayer, and you just kind of go into this beautiful place and listen to the lessons, and there's nothing else to do except just kind of be present in that space. I thought it was just absolutely wonderful. And I agree with you. And I think it is a great opportunity for people to come and taste and see, right? And to be there. And then also to, as you said, get involved. And it's a great opportunity to read if you are kind of like Dave's kind of nudging you to participate on Sundays. This is a great way to kind of be there and to try it out, if you will. And it's really family and friends that are there, and people just really want to be together. So it's been great. So I do encourage everyone to come down.
Thank you.
It's very easy and simple to follow through. The bulletin was beautiful. Everything was there. And I thought the music was amazing and acoustical. And George and Tony lead us in that. And we did Morning Has Broken and things like that. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful time together. So thank you for saying yes to the nudge of the spirit to take that on for the summer for us. And thank you to George and Tony too for being there. Come on.
Yes, that was an intriguing guidance from Father Joe. Hey, would you like to go and do some training? Sure.
Okay.
Oh, now you're trained. I found something else for you to do.
And so it goes. So it goes. That's great. So Dave, it's a great opportunity, and I know you agree. And we will have it available on YouTube when it is videoed. We're trying to find something to do every Wednesday. So it is available for people. But one last thing is, I do agree with you that we pray to all the saints, and it's really nice to give them a face and a name sometimes, and really understand what their contribution is to how we got to where we are today. And it's really quite fascinating. So, good time to be had by all. Thank you, God, and all praise and worship. So it's all good. It's all good. Excellent. Thank you so much, Lyndon, for joining us today. And Dave, what else we got? What's your joke?
Well, I don't know that I have a joke, but I do have a letter from one of our viewers.
Okay. Oh.
A question for Mary.
Yes.
The question is this. I don't know if this is a theological question or just a pun, but
okay.
How come your nose runs and your feet smell?
I don't know. Why does my nose run and my feet smell?
It's just a theological question. You can ponder that. My question is, how do they know that your feet smell?
My nose run. What? Who wrote that? We have a viewer that writes in now. This is awesome.
Yes, that's. Well, I'm going to keep that viewer a little bit anonymous.
You're anonymous.
Part of my staff. I'm adding them to my staff.
All right, I will ponder that question. Should I have an answer next Friday?
If you want.
Okay. Interesting. All right.
So another question, and this one is from Helen Sheridan.
Yes.
So Helen went with us to Israel several years ago.
Yep.
And we were noticing that at the Sea of Galilee, there's a lot of seagulls. And there's a little inlet there, it's a little bay. And she wanted to know what the birds over the bay were. And I knew right away, they were bagels. Jim Miller, I hope you're sitting down.
Jim Miller, I wish I had a boom boom. We have to get sound effects for next time, because I would press that button on that.
We have that. You heard the audience laughing there.
Yes, I did. Oh, bagels. Okay, really good. I got to step up my game. Okay.
So here's something else. This is not a joke. I was looking at our history.
Yep.
This Sunday is what, June 6th?
Yep.
So a year ago, on June 14th, we did our first indoor test service at 8 o'clock. So it's been almost a year that we've been doing in-person services indoors.
Thanks be to God.
June 21st last year that we did in-person 3 services, 8, 9:15, and 10:30.
Wow, David. That really puts it in perspective, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Wow. Thanks be to God. We give God all the glory. Wow. Thanks for that. All right. I have no joke, so I got to brush up my game, and you got me good on the bagels.
So just a couple, I'm just looking through the announcements real quick. The hymnals are back in the pews. The hymns are not printed in the bulletin, so you're going to have to grab that blue book in front of you.
Okay.
And when it says hymn number 8, you're going to have to find it. And then for the people at home, there is a link that they can click on the blue link in their online bulletin, and the music will pop up for them.
Oh, excellent. Thank you. That's great.
Father's Day is coming on June 20th, so anyone wishing to have flowers left on the altar in memory of a father, you need to do that by June 13th.
Okay. Does that go? Who does that go to?
That goes to Gail. Or I guess you leave it in the offering plate.
All right.
Make meals, make a difference. They're coming up on their 1-year anniversary, and they've done close to 1,000 meals.
Yay.
Probably past 1,000 meals in the next week here.
Oh, good.
Which is amazing.
Amazing.
That's a great ministry. And that's it announcement-wise.
Okay. I have one that will be, Father Joe mentioned before he left that we will be running Alpha. So it starts in September 15, I believe, is that Wednesday. We'll get the final dates, and it ends in December, in November. So what we're going to do is we're going to start making announcements and just kind of sharing what Alpha is all about. There will be signups at the back of the church, down at the coffee gathering, and you can also send an email to myself, Chris Goodman, or George Stoll. And we are inviting everyone who was in the interrupted Alpha from 2020, those that were there January, February, and March. You are cordially invited to come back and to join again. And also, it's open to everyone. Whether you've been here for 5 minutes or 5 years or 50 years, it's a wonderful opportunity to kind of ask all those questions that you may have in your heart, and to have a great meal, and to be with people, and really just to get to kind of see the family of St. Paul's and become part of the family of St. Paul's. And we are a household of grace, and it is open to everyone, and you don't have to be a parishioner here either. You can bring people. It's a great time. So please, you'll be hearing more about it. If you have any questions, do let us know. But Dave, you'd agree it's a wonderful opportunity to.
It's an awesome program. Very
It's
awesome.
awesome. So look
I
for
learned
that.
lots of stuff there.
Yeah. Yep. For sure. And you just make some.
And you make some new friendships within the parish.
Yeah.
Very good.
And you're there for each other, through
Yep.
thick and thin, as the whole body is, as the whole community is. But it's really special when you do that in a small group that's safe and loving. So that's what Alpha is all about, is to create those places. Plus, you get a great meal. Come on. So hear more about
Those
it.
are super.
Yeah, so good.
Catered.
Catered. It's catered.
Yeah.
Not like one of those free meals where it's like, oh, could you bring everything? No, it's actually catered, and you just
Yeah.
come and enjoy. All right, Dave, I think that's all I have for today.
Okay. Just one other thing that I discovered by accident. When you type unscripted, your computer's got autocorrect. You need to be careful,
Why?
because my computer auto-corrected unscripted to unscrupulous.
We must be careful with.
Yes.
Yes.
Be careful of autocorrect.
And one time when I had done unscripted, it did come up unscripture. Both not good things. I don't even.
Scripture. Oh, okay.
Not good. So I agree with you. We will be very careful.
Yes.
Excellent. Thank you, Dave.
So everyone have a great week. Be blessed, and we'll see you on Sunday.
Let us know if you want to be a guest or have a joke.
Yes.
Bye. The budget for this show is incredible.
It is.
Miss Mary, good morning.
Paul's Church.
Wait, hold on. I got to rename. Oh, I can't now. You'd have to make me host.
Oh,
I relinquished my hostness.
okay, how do we make co-hosts? Let's do co-hosts. Do I want to make me? I don't really want to, but I will. Okay.
Well. Lyndon, welcome. Good morning. This is Unscripted, as you could gather.
Wait a minute, I got to get
Right.
my.
I'll just entertain. I don't have a joke.
Oh, we're going to be unscripting from Texas. Huh?
We're gonna have live. There'll be probably buffalo or moose in the window. Like, I'm not kidding. Woo! Lyndon, this is a peek behind the tent. This is just the technical hilarity of what goes on every Friday. Okay, you ready?